Hello there, this is Alina in my channel Enough. Today I'm saying enough of attacks on human rights. We're all human and we all should have rights. I'm talking about everyone. We're all people and it doesn't matter what color of the skin we have, it doesn't matter what our gender, it doesn't matter what our sexual orientation is. We all need to have rights. And Russia denies people human rights. I will talk today about how Putin tramps on the rights of LGBT and many other people, of insults to black people in the United States, to Americans, to anybody in Russia, in everywhere in the world. Today we will see some disgusting pieces of Russian propaganda, and I hope you understand that I'm not supporting it, I'm against it. My first horrible experience with Russian propaganda and Russian actions was started from this particular video. I'll show you a piece. When in 2014, Russian men, Kazakhs, were beating up on musical group Pussy Riot just because they say Putin will teach you how to love your motherland. Here, this is the piece about it. Putin will teach you love motherland. Men are beating women, and they consider themselves a man. Lay down, he said. Putin will teach you to love your motherland, she says. So this was one of the most disgusting pieces I saw at the time, and it really affected me. It really hurt me to see the people who call themselves men. In Russia, every normal man grew up as protecting women, as being kind of like a knight. And these little pieces of garbage supporting Putin and beating up women. And this was just the beginning. Today we're going to talk a bit about gay people and so on. In Russia, gay people does not have rights. In USSR, they did not have rights. For men gay in the USSR was a special article in the law saying that they should be in jail just for being gay. And he is Putin posing on the horse, as people in the foreign countries laughed at it, at this picture, and saying he so liked posing in that kind of appearance without shirt and so on. They said he's one picture short of gay calendar and so on. I want to show you, before talking about laws just passed in Russia, completely destroying any possible rights. Gay people didn't have them to begin with, but now they completely destroyed. I wanted to show you this interesting channel with Roman. He's posting lots of interesting content, and he's swearing sometimes. This is a warning. But this is what we will see. It's during a previous election, about 2018 or something like that. There were a few kind of like commercials made, trying to scare people to vote for Putin, because if they don't, this is what's gonna happen.
So the Russian government, as a propaganda to promote the election, made a couple of viral internet videos to make people vote. And this was one of the most popular ones. It's essentially a video that covers like a normal day of a regular Russian guy. And the entire storyline of the video is that his day gets ruined because of the new laws that were passed by the new president that is now in power because nobody went to vote apparently. And now the country is being ran by a complete moron.
Люсь, Так, это что еще за хрен?
Я вообще-то гей на передержке.
Кто?
Ну ты чего? Сегодня по закону любая семья должна брать гея на передержку, тех, которых партнер оставил. Ну, неделя осталась. Если он никого не найдет себе в пару, тогда тебе придется с ним быть.
Закон есть закон.
Basically, they say if some gay couple break up, Russian family, just because Putin isn't a president, because they didn't vote for Putin, they have to take one of the gay person into their family. And if in a week or so the gay guy wouldn't find himself a partner, then this straight guy is supposed to be with the gay guy. Just because, yeah, gays should be happy in Russia. This is disgusting piece of Russian propaganda. And this reflects very clearly the message how Russian people and how Russian propaganda and how Russian government think about gay people. That they're bad guys, that they shouldn't have any rights. And no doubt what's happening now. This is a Washington Post. Putin slams cancel culture and trans rights, calling teaching gender fluidity crime against humanity. It's not just that. Putin against gay people. On words anyways. And I don't want to imply anything, but in some countries, the most active anti-gay politicians in the end turn out to be gay themselves. So this is kind of interesting topic. But it was again that speech at Valdai discussion club, which I was made a previous video saying that nothing really to listen to, but apparently there was another thing to listen to, that is what Putin feel about gay people. And not just gay people, any people. And in schools, some Russian teachers characterized LGBTQ people as a symptom of perversion imported from Western Europe of North America, the rights watchdog said. That was true. In the beginning of the war with Ukraine, one of the reasons I heard from seems to be intelligent Russian people in the past, university educated, who was telling me they started a war in Ukraine because they don't want to see gay parades. I live in Canada for 18 years, over 18 years, and I traveled the world, and I traveled in the United States, almost all of it, and I have never seen a gay parade in my life. But yet, some Russians believes that they had to go in Ukraine, kill Ukrainians for some reason, so they don't see gay parades. Unbelievable. I'm not specialist in gay relationship and gay people, but as far as I know, roughly 10% of population of every country are gay. They are people like everybody else. But Russians think otherwise. This is a Deutsche Welle article about, well, I wouldn't call it justice and law, because in Russia there is no justice and there is no law. If there were pretense of it in the past, it's gone now. It's about a law to forbid LGBT propaganda in Russian Federation. And this is the original law. And I translated it to you into English. And this is my translation of it. The bill on complete ban on LGBT propaganda passed in the first reading. The State Duma, it's a Russian parliament, unanimously adopted the first reading of a bill banning propaganda and justification of non-traditional sexual relations in the media, the internet, advertising, literature, and cinema. Appropriate amendments are proposed to be made to the federal laws on information technologies and information protection, on the media, on the protection of children from information harmful to their health and development, on advertising and on state support for cinematography of the Russian Federation. The document provides for the ban on propaganda of non-traditional relationships. Pedophilia at the same time, by the way, they think in basically gays and pedophilia it's the same thing, which it isn't. It's not even close. It's absolutely different things. As well as the display of information about LGBT people and encouraging them to change sex among teenagers on the internet, media, books, audiovisual services, movies, and advertising. The documents provides for a ban on propaganda of non-traditional preferences and pedophilia among Russian citizens, both adults and minors. Basically, it's outlawed again, kind of like in USSR. And stupidly saying that some sort of a movie or a book or a picture can all of a sudden turn heterosexual person into gay, which is a lie. And it's complete another step on the rights of people. Absolutely doesn't have anything to do with real gay people or anything. It's just a hatred. Hatred in Russian society, hatred in Russian government. This gentleman is protesting about that, and as a summary, in this article, we can see that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender youth in Russia face formidable barriers to enjoying their fundamental rights to dignity, health, education, information, and association. Well, people who wrote that article apparently thinking that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people has basic fundamental human rights. In Russia, they don't have fundamental human rights. They don't have right to dignity, health, education, information, and association, apparently. And it's not just antipathy towards homosexuality and gender variance. It's just plain hatred. And political homophobia. This is what Russian gay propaganda laws is. It is example of political homophobia. I can agree on that. And what I can say that it's nothing new. It was in Nazi Germany. They were started from gays, killing Jews. And then they started to kill Slavic people. They started to attack other nations and kill people there and making concentration camps and stuff like that. So it's nothing new. Putin didn't invent it. Putin just using old Hitler tactics and so on. Yet, stupidly doesn't knowing about, for instance, you can't make people gay and you can't make people not gay. Alan Turing tried. If you don't know who Alan Turing is, you can thank him. Gay Alan Turing cracked the code of German Enigma machine, and it helped to basically reduce the World War II for about a year and a half, or year, which, if to count it in 4 years of the war, over 27 million Russians died, then his contribution was great. Yet his own country was attacking him because of being gay. He's voluntarily had a chemical castration and stuff like that, and yet he died eventually, and his life wasn't a happy one. But this genius basically created one of the first computers and contributed to society and to the world in many ways. And just because he happened to be born gay and love not who he was supposed to love at the time by the law, according by the law, even in the United Kingdom and other countries, his life turned into garbage. He wasn't happy and he died eventually. Unhappy person, hurt and wounded. It is wrong to deny people human rights just because they happen to be either gay or a woman or a black or anything. This is wrong. It shouldn't be. And who are the judges? Such a moral people. Russia disgusts me by their moral standards. I lived in Russia where considered that cheating is okay for men, then it's fine when men has a lover on the side or 2 or 3. Right now in Russian province Chechnya, ruled by that monkey Kadyrov, people can have many wives, which is forbidden by Russian law or any civilized law in any civilized country. This is Putin's lover Alina Kabaeva, a mother of his children, when Putin was dating him before he was divorced with his wife Lyudmila Putina. So moral. I just gonna hug him and cry right now. So is other people. This is a picture with Lavrov and Deripaska, who standing posing during the trip in Japan with escort, a prostitute, Ekaterina Lobanova. And Lavrov has a second family. It's a Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, which some people in foreign countries admire. He's a cheating bastard who betrayed his family, who betrayed his country. Yet they gonna be a new moral standards in Russia. I am disgusted. But there is a fun in it, a little bit as well. Before that, we will talk about another video, which Russian propaganda showing. Another couple of videos. This is, again, anti-gay that's saying that adopting Russian children. I was talking about Russian children in the other video, how horrible and what horrible conditions they are living. But this was another propaganda video.
Random, and basically in this video it was a kid who's in like a orphanage and then he gets picked.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth. And you know what else is beautiful?
Picked up by 2 gay dudes, and basically the whole message of the video is like, is this the Russia you want? Vote yes for the amendments in the constitution if this should not happen in our country.
So basically, the kid should rot to death in an orphanage than to be adopted by a nice couple who gonna love him and be parents to him. This is another example of Russian anti-gay propaganda. But the Russian not only anti-gay, they also anti-American in every way. And this is a new video.
Ass music in the background. By the same people who did those previous propaganda videos. The same goofy ass, funny, like, you know, sneaky snitch looking ass music in the background.
В Америку летите?
But yeah, it's literally the same thing.
Вы все правильно делаете.
This is new propaganda video about people who live in Russia and going to United States. Because they don't want to stay in that country, they don't want to go to war in Ukraine, they live in Russia. And now they made another propaganda video in which they insulting a whole bunch of other people and Americans and so on. Let's Roman has its subtitles, so it would be better for you to see what he has to say. And this is another propaganda video.
Америка самая свободная страна. Страна возможностей.
Вы с мужем летите?
Да, мы вместе. Он сейчас подойдет. О, кстати, а вот и мой муж. Знакомьтесь.
Эмили.
Well, they're saying basically that America, oh, you're flying in America, that's a good idea, and it's most free country, and this is my husband. So her husband is a woman. So the family started to be freaking out.
So yeah, I mean, okay, it's it's just sad. This is just basically right-wing propaganda at this point. It's just dense, and guys, it's pathetic, honestly.
Очередь, говорю, ставь в туалет.
I want to go to the toilet.
Простите, мистер, что случилось?
Да вот парень без очереди лезет тут.
И что? Вы не хотите его пропустить?
Я?
Конечно, конечно. Его надо пропустить. Мы подождем. Его народ долгие годы терпел притеснение белых. Мы перед всеми афроамериканцами в долгу. Простите нас, сэр.
Прошу вас.
So this family also tried to eat meat on the plane, and then turned out to be that somewhere near them there are vegetarians who get offended by them eating meat, so the men cannot eat meat on the plane. Another thing was some other couple didn't have children, and the couple who is flying to America has a child. So childless couple complaining to the flight attendant that yeah, their son is kind of offensive to them because they don't have children, and so on. So the moral of the story is that
Так нельзя! Вы разобьетесь! Не боись! Мы плавать умеем! Скажи летчикам, что еще пониже надо опуститься! Прости, матушка Россия! Бес попутал! Мы возвращаемся!
Sorry, Mother Russia, we are coming back. So they got so scared on the plane that they had to jump from the plane and go back to Russia. Because it's so scary in that bad United States where everybody has rights. And their rights is so violated that they had to go back to Russia, which doesn't have any rights whatsoever, never had, and never will with Putin's regime in power. But on the bright side, in 2018 there was a video, another video, which actually, as Roman said, aged very well for now, and you can see it as well.
From it that aged very, very well.
Здравия желаю. Здравствуйте. Генерал Бойко. Пришли забирать вас в армию.
Какую армию? Мне 52 года.
Отлично. Призывной возраст подняли до 60.
Кто поднял?
Как кто? Президент?
That was a propagandist video. Elect Putin, it meant, or the new president might lift up your age when you can be drafted into the army up to 60 years old. It was considered a joke in 2018. And yet, right now, this is exactly what's happening. With Putin in power, people of 52 years old and even 63 years old got drafted, conscripted into the Russian army and sent to the war in Ukraine, dying in the trenches, get shot by rockets and HIMARS. This is Russian freedom. This is true, what's happening in Russia right now, and they made it as a video of scary scenario, what's gonna happen if you dare not to vote for Putin. You will have gays living with you, and you're gonna be drafted in the army at 52 years old. And which one realized? This one. This is what happened in Russia right now. There is no law. There is no human rights. And if some Russians or foreigners stupid enough to admire Putin, I personally can buy you guys a ticket to Russia, and you're welcome to live there and enjoy firsthand what Putin regime has to offer. Because I'm tired of listening to the trolls who write into me some stupid things about how wonderful Putin is and Lavrov and everybody. And this is what Russia has to offer. No rights whatsoever for anyone. And especially if you're gay or any other LGBTQ or woman or black. And by the way, black considered not Afro-Russian or Afro-American, African-American. No. Black is anybody who isn't Russian. Even if you are Ukrainian, you are black. Oh, you didn't know that? Well, good luck living in Russia. I am ashamed of my country. I'm disgusted with my country, Russia. And I hope it never happened in my country, Canada, or anywhere in the free world. That is why we have to stop Putin's propaganda. We have to stop the war in Ukraine by helping Ukraine to win this war. Please help Ukraine. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.